People from around the world coming together, becoming a catalyst for change.
The Trinity River Social Justice, Equity and Diversity Ambassador Leadership Experience supports the Intercultural Network's mission of fostering an inclusive atmosphere where intellectual conversation can take place for students. This year-long student experience begins with weekly sessions in the 2022 spring semester to expand students' knowledge of issues and topics around social justice, equity, and diversity. This experience is followed with students traveling to Ncore. What has been your greatest takeaway from attending this conference?
Seeing the number of people from around the country coming here, supporting, learning, and just really caring about social justice work.
But actually being action-oriented, being creative, being bold, and doing the things that you need to do to ensure that everyone is getting their proper due in this society and being and feeling equal.
Most of the presenters and guest speakers were very passionate and dedicated in their work. We have millions of people gathered at this conference striving to create a better future.
They showed me stats and they showed me actual cases, and I was kind of astonished with just like how little attention some of these topics get.
Just being able to hear all these different individuals talk about all forms of social justice. I feel like I've learned so much in just 4 days, and I feel like I can take all of this information that I just learned and bring it back to my community and make a change.
Seeing the students that we brought with us from TCC and all the lessons that we taught them this semester, seeing how they were able to literally relate to all of those different topics and those heavy subjects, seeing them in action, seeing the debriefings every night.
That this is a space where you can connect with other individuals, other people that understand what you're going through. It's those connections that drive you to form new meaning to the experiences and problems that you've been facing where you come from, and it really puts into context a lot of things that you might be dealing with, and it's a place of healing and communion.
Was learning how to listen. I think it's really important, and before this conference I struggled with listening, and
I enjoy this experience because it reminded me of so much why I enjoy being in higher education, and that is the collaboration with students.
I've learned that as long as I want to make an impact and I have a strong opinion, I will always have the support I need. And this experience has honestly helped me I got introduced to so many people who I honestly never would have talked to before. So it introduced me to new connections. It helped me further develop myself as a leader. And it also really gave me an opportunity to dive into issues in communities that I really hadn't even known about before.
Hearing everyone's experience, I shared laughs, cried, tears. It was a different experience.
Moving towards social justice is a collective process. Injustice impacts us in different ways because our identities are diverse. However, we can honor those differences and still work together, listen to each other, and stand up and with each other to create the social change.
The environment was very diverse, and everyone I met seemed like they were fighting for a similar cause. And I think that was a loving cause. At our core, we fight for the love to be shared, and this extends to all people from all walks of life, especially those who can't take any steps further back.
We are all humans with different living experiences, different backgrounds, different cultures, and we get the opportunity to join in allyship with one another, to support each other by not only listening, but to take action by standing hand in hand to lift each other up.
To not be afraid of having those conversations. It might take some time, but not being afraid of asking individuals to clarify certain things, calling them out, I guess, in a way, but in a polite way, in a way where it's not going to be offensive to anybody, because at the end of the day, we all need to learn from each other, and that's how we will be able to move forward as well.
It would be the workshops, as I learned something new in every one, as well as I meet new and experienced and professional people.
It has been inspiring and energizing to be in a place with so many others in higher education who are dedicated to doing social justice work.
Learning from people that have been doing the work and creating their own program to help social justice. Also learning and understanding other people's perspective.
After going through this experience, what is one thing you hope to do at TCC to demonstrate social justice?
My goal is to support this program even more and to also advocate for it to become a credit-based program because it is fantastic, and really the way that students are able to learn about diversity and really each other is something that is second to none.
I feel like it's a good beginning is to take more polls, not only of the students, but of the staff's experiences at Tarrant County College. I feel like it's very important to capture the experiences and to create a space where students and staff members can feel it's a safe space to express their thoughts.
Continue to participate in the Tarrant County College Student Government Association. I will continue to work with the Interculture Network. I will continue to frequently visit and meet with teachers, students, and faculty and keep the conversation going.
I plan on being able to spread awareness and teach others what I've learned here at these meetings, who are willing to listen and those who are open-minded, as well as trying to learn more and stay up to date with everything that's happening, because those things are important.
To just treat everyone the same regardless of their race, religion, culture, or background, because at the end of the day we're all the same. We're all human beings that like God created. So I think that like after hearing all these different stories of people going through social injustice, I just feel like everybody should just be treated the same.
I definitely want to be intentional. I would like to get as much support from our senior administration and to bring it across our district. This program was everything, y'all. This Ncore conference is deep, it's heavy, but it really demonstrates the true nature of what we're doing.
I'm just going to be doing what I've always been doing, providing care that treats people like people, not by the shade of their skin, and most often not only healing their body, but also healing their soul through an interaction, a genuine one.
Actively listen to my peers. I think their problems are important, and I think as people we should listen to them so that they feel included and that their voices are heard.
I'd love to work toward building more mental health resources for TCC, especially our student body.
I want to not only learn, like help other students learn more about social justice, but I also want to host events that encourage people to feel more comfortable about themselves. I am also planning specifically on campus to open a food pantry
by helping students see each other as co-learners rather than advisories, including diverse experience in the classroom materials, quality accredited courses, and smaller interactive learning groups.
I feel more committed to my own learning. I knew going into it that there's a lot that I still need to learn in the work of social justice, but I think the topics, the programs that were covered throughout the conference really have motivated me to continue learning and engaging in this type of work.
I want to hear students out and see where the missing representation is. And once we find the gaps, we should enact institutional changes to serve those groups.
Listening to students' stories, hearing them out, and also connecting them to resources.
One of the things that I want to make sure that I not just ask myself, but ask the students that I'm serving, my colleagues, as well as, what is your glow? That was one of the questions that I heard at one of the presentations that just really made me think. What is it that motivates you to do what you do?
Teach my little brother how to be respectful, caring, and flexible when it comes to being in a social field.
is to practice listening to understand, to be able to create just library learning commons spaces and services.
More safe spaces for the smaller groups